Morning bus stop, silver mist on Main. Your scarf a small flag of everyday grace. I learned the schedule by the way you hum. Coffee steam drawing halos round your face. Paper ticket tucked like a secret prayer. I keep my distance, but my hope stands near. I mark the minutes by the lift of your eyes, like mileposts on a quiet county drive. I don't need a promise, don't need my name on your skin. I count your smiles like heartbeats, keeping time within. From the bus stop, bookshop, corner booth I've been, it's enough to see you happy. World feels warm again. Used bookstore bell rings soft and thin. Dust turns to daylight when you spin the aisles. You choose old poems with a broken spine. I fold your laughter, save it for the miles. A note I'll never send rests in my sleeve. It says be safe, be bright, be free. I keep my kindness like a porch light on, for strangers and for you. When evenings run long, I don't need a promise, don't need my name on your skin. I count your smiles like heartbeats, keeping time within. From the bus stop, bookshop, corner booth I've been, it's enough to see you happy. World feels warm again. Corner cafe, your window seat, church sun paints the sugar like Sunday snow. You sketch the day in a napkin's edge. I underline the joy that only you might know. My wallet holds ideas small as seeds. I plant them in the road you read. If love is sometimes thunder without rain, let mine be weather you never have to brave. I'll be the quiet that won't ask a single thing, just proof that goodness still knows your name. I don't need a promise, don't need my name on your skin. I count your smiles like heartbeats, keeping time within. From the bus stop, bookshop, corner booth I've been, it's enough to see you happy. World feels warm again. Traded big city dream for small town promises, and found both were louder than expected. Neon turned to porch light kisses, but the crickets never once neglected. Sky got bigger, roads got smaller, names got known at the grocery line. Sunday bells and Friday hollers, every echo said you're mine. We thought quiet lived past these fences, but hearts make noise when they're defenseless. We traded big city dreams for small town promises, and found both were louder than expected. All the hush we chased still shook like thunder when the love we chose connected. If forever is a street with fewer stoplights and more to be respected, we traded big city dream for small town promises, and found both were louder than expected. Our coffee orders, news runs fast on gravel tongues. We hang our hopes on borrowed borders, stack our days like split-cut lungs. There's paint beneath our fingernails, mailbox leaning like a friend. We argue soft and set our sails, let the breeze amend the end. Every rumor, every kindness teaches us a holy blindness. We traded big city dreams for small town promises, and found both were louder than expected. All the hush we chased still shook like thunder when the love we chose connected. If forever is a street with fewer stoplights and more to be respected, we traded big city dreams for small town promises, and found both were louder than expected. I fix the hinge on the front screen door, you count the jars in the pantry light. We spend our riches in one more chore than dancing socks on Friday night. Stars sit close on the water tower, the band is two guitars and hope. Your laugh turns midnight into flower. I swear it helps a poor man cope. Maybe quiet's not the absence, maybe it's a gentler presence. We traded big city dreams for small town promises, and found both were louder than expected. All the hush we chased still shook like thunder when the love we chose connected. If forever is a street with fewer stoplights and more to be respected, we traded big city dream for small town promises, and found both were louder than expected. City lights taught us to reach, county nights taught us to keep. Skyscrapers showed us the height, harvest showed us the deep. Maybe joy is learning both, the shout and the whispers blend. Maybe home is sharing old sweet men and mend again. Loud in the chapel, loud in the field, love is a volume we refuse to yield. We got a ledger of little wins, a ledger of little surrenders too. We let the gossip lose its grin, we let the fences frame the view. And when the storm stacks on the ridge, we hold the windows, count to 4. Your name becomes a sturdy bridge. I'm not afraid of loud no more. Every bell and every back road rings the vow we chose. We traded big city dream for small town promises, and found both were louder than expected. All the hush we chased still shook like thunder when the love we chose connected. If forever is a street with fewer stoplights and more to be respected. We traded big city dream for small town promises and found both were louder than expected. Turn the porch light up and let it testify. This little town can amplify. We traded big city dreams for promises louder than expected. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays. Butter on the breath of every line, flour on the counter like a snowfall. Apron strings and gospel time, her handwriting curls like steam from coffee. Smudged with love and sunlight shine, she'd hum a hymn while the clock kept ticking. Child, take one day and make it kind. Every stain's a story I can't lose, every crease a prayer I still use. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. Fold in the sorrow, sweeten the heartache, let the oven of patience sing. Pass down the bowl, pass down the blessing, measure with a wedding ring. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. The difference between simmering and boiling, between speaking and letting be. She'd say, don't rush a pot that's loyal. Good love needs time to see. There's gravy on the edge of grace, jam on the edge of truth, and forgiveness rising slow and steady like a biscuit in its youth. If you burn the pan, start again, turn the page and count to 10. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. Fold in the sorrow, sweeten the heartache, let the oven of patience sing. Pass down the bowl, pass down the blessing, measure with a wedding ring. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. There's a grease spot where she wrote, be gentle. A tear where darling Wade once lived. Add a pinch of salt to the temper, and a cup of what you're willing to give. I taste July in the peach preserves, hear winter in the kettle's tone, and in the margins call your mother, signed in crumbs and honey notes. Every Sabbath in a shoebox tin, every homecoming baked within. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. Fold in the sorrow, sweeten the heartache, let the oven of patience sing. Pass down the bowl, pass down the blessing, measure with a wedding ring. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. When I break like brittle candy, when my words turn sharp and dry, I reach inside that silver drawer for a way to sweeten wine. Stir the silence, sift the anger, warm the room with open doors. Set the table, set the temper, mercy rises, nothing roars. Write it down in butter light. Love them well and get it right. Now the cards are soft and fading, edges frayed like denim knees, but the taste of being forgiven still floats warm on kitchen breeze. I teach the kids the same old motions, how to wipe the counter clean, how to bless the ones beside you, even when you don't agree. If the day comes scorched and long, turn it low and hum a song. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. Fold in the sorrow, sweeten the heartache, let the oven of patience sing. Pass down the bowl, pass down the blessing, measure with a wedding ring. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. Pass me the flour, pass me the kindness, let the quiet kitchen ring. Set one plate for every heartbreak, pour the cream and let it mend. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. Tuck the cards back in the drawer and feel forgiven once again. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, mercy that forgives everything. We parked along the fence like church bells out of tune, engines ticking down their prayers. Wind braided gravel into little crowns, put a halo of dust in the air. Someone joked too loud to keep from breaking. Someone stared at the sky like it owed him an answer. The old crew stood where we used to floor it, measuring the gap between thunder and cancer. Names on our tongues like matches, afraid of what they lied. There's a line out here you can barely see, between dare and disappear. We walked it young with gasoline knees, now we bless it standing here. Halo of dust on a gravel road goodbye, and the truth gets crystal clear. There's a line out here you can barely see, between dare and disappear. We remembered midnight bridges and the river's double dare, Tailgates, knives in tires, summer's borrowed flair. He was always first to jump the fence, last to show the bruise. We called it grit, we called it legend, we never called it lose. Now his mama holds a photograph like a stop sign no one saw. We pass it round and feel the hush that outshouts every law. If courage is a bright white stripe, we learned it's painted thin. There's a line out here you can barely see, between dare and disappear. We walked it young with gasoline knees. Now we bless it standing here. Halo of dust on a gravel road goodbye. And the truth gets crystal clear. There's a line out here you can barely see, between dare and disappear. Footprints soften where the preacher tries to rhyme a reckless dawn with grace. We mouth amen, but what we mean is, God, please let the next kid break. A siren far away remembers us, the wind repeats our names. We look at one another like a mirror that finally learned our age. Maybe living isn't louder, maybe living learns to hear. The small red light on consequence, the quiet voice that steers. We'll keep the spark but build a lantern glass between the flame and fear. We'll teach our sons the same sharp thrill and how to keep it here. There's a line out here you can barely see, between dare and disappear. We walked it young with gasoline knees. Now we bless it standing here. Halo of dust as we turn our trucks around and roll out slow from here. There's a line out here you can barely see, between dare and disappear. There's a line out here, between dare and disappear. carved our letters in the cottonwood skin. A river carried secrets like a ledger in the wind. Forever was a word that fits your laughing mouth. I wore it like a lucky coin, warm and south. The ripples turned to calendar pages as they ran, promising the future like a salesman can. But stars don't swipe at checkout lines, and gas is dear when hope declines. When the dream comes up short, we make the difference up in heart. Keep the meter spinning with the light from where we start. Overdue and overtime, still we shoulder every part. When the dream comes up short, we make the difference up in heart. Red note blinking from the icebox door. Time card ink like a bruise we can't ignore. You punch the night at the plant that hums blue. I count out change at the all-night drive-through. Jar by the stove says honeymoon someday. Nickels learning patience in a small glass bay. We do the math of mercy and grit, and balance what we have with what won't quit. When the dream comes up short, we make the difference up in heart. Keep the meter spinning with the light from where we start. Overdue and overtime, still we shoulder every part. When the dream comes up short, we make the difference up in heart. Saturday bargains in a thrift store light. You try on futures and they almost fit right. You drive past the river where the bark still knows crooked initials where the first fire glows. We don't ask magic to erase the line, we just teach our laughter how to stretch each dime. Some loves bloom loud, spark once, then fade. Ours is a porch bulb, steady in the shade. On receipt backs, margin thin and spare, we write small hallelujahs that pay more than they declare. If the ledger won't forgive and the hours run lean, we'll cash in kindness where the world can't see. When the dream comes up short, we make the difference up in heart. Keep the meter spinning with the light from where we start. Overdue and overtime, still we shoulder every part. When the dream comes up short, we make the difference up in heart. When the dream comes up short, we make the difference up in heart. From cottonwood vows to a kitchen full of charts. If the moon runs out of change, we'll still finish what we start. When the dream comes up short, we make the difference up in heart. When the dream comes up short, we make the difference Every spring I stand where the thaw loosens bone. Bank mud soft as a memory's tongue. Unsent letters in a rubber banded stack. Ink like violets bruised along the back. I read one line and feel the winter crack. Then open my palm and let the paper learn to float. The current has a way of saying hush, teaches silence how to move. I let the river carry yesterday, but I keep the woman I became. I loosen every finger from the names that used to stay, but I don't let go of my flame. Pages drift and disappear, still my footing does not fade. I let the river carry yesterday and keep the woman I became. Some letters smell like gasoline in June, some like coffee rings and snow. I once wrote prayers to a face that left at noon. Now I write weather I can't control. The reeds applaud with their slim green hands. Stones remember when I could not stand. A robin tugs a thread from shore and stitches up the day I tore. I let the river carry yesterday, but I keep the woman I became. I loosen every finger from the names that used to stay, but I don't let go of my flame. Pages drift and disappear, still my footing does not fade. I let the river carry yesterday and keep the woman I became. I signed one simply with my first and middle name. No borrowed vows, no borrowed blame. Folded once like a small white boat, set it free and feel the ribcage float. There's a ring of sunlight on the water's throat, a soft gold answer I don't have to quote. Maybe mercy isn't falling, it's the art of setting free. Maybe strength is not from holding, but from holding fast to me. So I keep the voice I learned to trust and lay the rest down in the silt and hush. I let the river carry yesterday, but I keep the woman I became. I loosen every finger from the names that used to stay, but I don't let go of my flame. Pages drift and disappear, still my footing does not fade. I let the river carry yesterday and keep the woman I became. I let the river carry yesterday and watch the past go soft and plain. If the tide returns with pieces of the old parade, I'll wave and say my name again. Pages drift and disappear, but the shoreline knows my claim. I let the river carry yesterday and keep the woman I became. Let the river carry yesterday and keep the woman I became. The river carries my worries downstream. I stand on the bank where the willows lean. Skips a light on a broken run. Pebbles talk soft to the setting sun. I toss in the fear I can't afford. Watch it sail like a paper word. But just when the current starts to roar, your name keeps floating back to shore. I count the ripples, 1, 2 more. Still hear you knocking at my door. The river carries my worries downstream, but your name keeps floating back to shore. I pray it drowns in the eddies between, but your name keeps floating back to shore. I send it off like a faded dream, and the water says not anymore. The river carries my worries downstream, but your name keeps floating back to shore. You out on a maple leaf, hoping the band would bring me relief. Watched it spin past the cottonwood roots, past kids in the shallows and Sunday suits. I whispered go to the drifting line, gave the pass to the slow decline, but the leaf came back like it's been here before. Your name keeps floating back to shore. I skip a stone to break the spell. It hops then sinks and you rise so well. The river carries my worries downstream, but your name keeps floating back to shore. I pray it drowns in the eddies between, but your name keeps floating back to shore. I send it off like a faded dream, and the water says not anymore. The river carries my worries downstream, but your name keeps floating back to shore. There's a bridge where we carved 2 hearts. Rain washed the rails, but it spared those marks. I walk it slow with the grain and rust, learning the difference between love and trust. The current's a choir with 1,000 throats, singing our secrets in silver notes. I listen for peace, but I hear you more. Your name keeps floating back to shore. Let the banks hold what words ignore. Your name returns like a tide at fall. The river carries my worries downstream, but your name keeps floating back to shore. I pray it drowns in the eddies between, but your name keeps floating back to shore. I send it off like a faded dream, and the water says not anymore. The river carries my worries downstream, but your name keeps floating back to shore. Maybe love is a homing line, a hidden current under time. Maybe healing is not a door, but standing still where the waters roar. I cup the stream in my open hands. It slips right through but understands what stays, what goes, what's worth the oar. Back and back, the same old lore. Your name keeps floating back to shore. Dust the herons right the sky, long slow letters as they fly. I read them wrong, I read them right. Either way you show up in the light. I build a prayer from driftwood sticks, a little raft with hopeful tricks. But dawn on night's what I implore. Your name keeps floating back to shore. If mercy's wide and grace is deep, then let that river rock me to sleep. The river carries my worries downstream, but your name keeps floating back to shore. I pray it drowns in the eddies between, but your name keeps floating back to shore. I send it off like a faded dream, and the water says not anymore. The river carries my worries downstream, but your name keeps floating back to shore. I'll meet the morning where the minnows pour, and make my peace with what returns once more. Your name keeps floating back to shore. Your name keeps floating back to shore.
Still ghosts the cinder wall. The river road its hide in silt and straw. I roll the frame beneath the chain fall's jaw. A drowned out prayer waiting on a spark. Her taillights left the night like matches done. Kept the keys and half a heart undone. A socket clicked, small thunder in my hands. I tightened what the water tried to unplan. From 3 donor trucks and a toolbox of grace, I'm bolting back. Tried to take every nut I thread, every washer I place, forgives a little more of the leaving in her wake. When memory floods and the tide won't break, I torque it to mercy till the steel holds and doesn't shake. Yard out on County 9, weeds through chrome. I barter with the rust for a spine and a home. 94 with a bed straight, 01 with lungs. 88 with a steering box that still remembers turns. Number stamped like scripture on the block. I read them slow, let patience find the clock. A gasket breeze where sorrow used to hiss. I grease the hinge and call it tenderness. From 3 donor trucks and a toolbox of grace, I'm bolting back a life the river tried to take. Every nut I torque it to mercy till the steel holds and doesn't shake. First fire coughs like a hymn with a crack, blue smoke spelling out the miles I lacked. I chased the leaks the way I chased her name, tight until the drip forgets its aim. Headlights find the water line and pass, casting out the storm I kept in glass. There's a spec for torque, a feel for right. You learn it in your bones, not by the light. Love's like that, no diagram for stay. Just turn till snug, then back off grace a quarter way. If flood is a teacher with muddy hands, then mercy is a rag that understands. From 3 donor trucks and a toolbox of grace, I'm bolting back alive the river tried to take. Every nut I thread, every washer I place, forgives a little more of the leaving in her wake. When memory floods and the tide won't break, I torque it to mercy till the steel holds and doesn't shake. From 3 donor trucks, from water lines and ache, I built a road that doesn't need her name to make. If tomorrow rises shining off the break, I'll drive it clean and let the past unmake. I torque it to mercy till the steel holds and doesn't shake. We set coffee cans on the ash gray rail, 2 dents each like dimples in a prayer. Saved seeds from a neighbor's August, pressed them into pot and soil that smelled like rain remembered. Porch wore scorch marks like old tattoos, and our hands shook the way new roots do. We watered the dirt and the silence the same, measured both by the cup. After the wildfire, we grow what we can hold. Little sons on vines where the black ones told. If mercy has a flavor, maybe it starts this slow. Green to blush to brave to bold. After the wildfire, we learn what hope knows. First red fruit tastes like forgiveness. You labeled lids with a blue felt pen, roam
home a cherry better, boy, why not begin? We talked around the cratered places, let bees translate where we didn't. Wind sifted cinder out of the rails, and we sifted anger out of our names. A blossom and scars like a past tense clause, still the stem keeps speaking now. After the wildfire, we grow what we can hold. Little sons on vines where the black ones told. If mercy has a flavor, maybe it starts this slow. Green to blush to brave to bold. After the wildfire, we learn what hope knows. First red fruit tastes like forgiveness. Morning you turn a can a quarter east. I lift a leaf to show the light its worth. A hummingbird checks our patience twice and stamps approval with a blur. We stake the weak with shoelace knots, teach the lean to lean on us. Maybe love is a garden in borrowed tins, rust ring halos on the porch's skin. Maybe healing is a calendar made of shade, and mercy is a water we don't save. We don't rebuild the house in a day, we rebuild a bite, a breath away. After the wildfire, we grow what we can hold. Little sons on vines where the black ones told. If mercy has a flavor, maybe it starts this slow. Green to blush to brave to bold. After the wildfire, we learn what hope knows. First red fruit tastes like forgiveness. After the wildfire, we bless what chose to climb our hands and stay. If tomorrow asked what love can grow, we'll point to red in an ordinary day. After the wildfire, the porch still glows. First red fruit tastes like forgiveness. First red fruit tastes like forgiveness. Sunday evening, steeple shadows long, white lines on asphalt like undone songs. He says left foot listens, right foot believes. Hands at 10 into a heartbeat between. She lets the clutch up like a prayer on a string. The engine coughs, the whole world leans. They stall where the choir once stood and breathe till the tremble turns to wood. Forward is a feeling, not a road. Something in your chest that lets the engine know. When the map goes quiet and the signs don't show, you can lift your foot and still be brave enough to go. Forward is a feeling, not a road. She tries again, small hands, big wheel. Ghosts of hymnals in the windshield. He names the gears like months they made it through. First is the ache, second's learning what to do. Third says forgive the parts we couldn't hold. She shifts and finds the courage getting bold. The car hops once, then learns to sing. The parking lot becomes a ring. Forward is a feeling, not a road. Something in your chest that lets the engine know. When the map goes quiet and the signs don't show, you can lift your foot and still be brave enough to go. Forward is a feeling, not a road. They circle past the handicap blue, the place where they parked last, winter's news. He points to the cross where the light leaks gold. Says some turns you take, some turns take hold. She laughs at the stole like a joke that forgives, and they watch the dusk learn where they live. Maybe grief is just a hill you can't see, a clutch you hold till you feel release. Maybe love is letting off slow, and trust in what hums will carry the load. He says don't rush, feel the bite. She says I am, and finds the night. Forward is a feeling, not a road. Something in your chest that lets the engine know. When the map goes quiet and the signs don't show, you can lift your foot and still be brave enough to go. Forward is a feeling, not a road. Forward is a feeling, not a road. You can stall and still arrive where you're supposed. In a church lot loop with the parking stripes for roads, we learn to move by heart, and that's enough to hold. Forward is a feeling, not a road. cracked teacup taught me how to hold love gently. Morning light on the kitchen tile, hairline rivers running thin and friendly, steam curled up like a patient smile. I used to grab at what was breaking, trying to stop the spill, but some things mend by slow partaking, hands that learn to still. Turn the cup and see the seam, fragile doesn't mean it's weak. A cracked teacup taught me how to hold love gently, how to pour with both hands, steady heart bent kindly, not too tight and not too empty. Leave a little room for healing quietly. If mercy has a handle, let it lead me. A cracked teacup taught me how to hold love gently. We argued soft by the window's flutter, words like spoons on a trembling plate. You said I'm tired, I set down the clutter, said I can listen, we can wait. I warmed the kettle, turned the burner low, let silence take a chair. We watched the steam and learned to show how care can be repaired. Lift it careful, breathe it through, what we keep will carry you. A cracked teacup taught me how to hold love gently, how to pour with both hands, steady heart bent kindly, not too tight and not too empty. Leave a little room for healing quietly. If mercy has a handle, let it lead me. A cracked teacup taught me how to hold love gently. There's a golden thread along a broken line, shining where the break once hurt. Funny how the scars can underline all the ways that love can work. We pass that cup like a little vow across the table's worn out grain. It says be careful with the now, and don't be cruel with pain. Tip and sip, don't rush or spill, let the quiet do its will. A cracked teacup taught me how to hold love gently, how to pour with both hands, steady heart bent kindly, not too tight and not too empty. Leave a little room for healing quietly. If mercy has a handle, let it lead me. A cracked teacup taught me how to hold love gently. Maybe strong is not unbreaking, maybe strong is being kind, maybe brave is softly taking what we'd rather leave behind. Set the cup back in the saucer, hear that tiny faithful ring. Even chipped, it keeps its offer, stay and share a warming thing. Hold it lightly, breathe and see, gentle is a way to be. Now when storms lean hard on windows and the day won't treat us right, we brew 2 cups and let the wind go. Wrap our fingers round the light, we don't hide the mended places. Let them sparkle when we pour, what was fragile turns to graces. More itself than before, turn the cup and bless the scene. Fragile taught us how to lean. A cracked teacup taught me how to hold love gently, how to pour with both hands, steady heart bent kindly, not too tight and not too empty. Leave a little room for healing quietly. If mercy has a handle, let it lead me. A cracked teacup taught me how to hold love gently. Set it by the sink to dry. We learned enough to try. A cracked teacup taught me how to hold love gently. Your note on the fridge still smells like rain, ink like a river on a window pane. I stand in the kitchen with the morning gray, counting the drips while the past won't drain. The clock ticks steady like a porch swing chain. Floorboard creaks say your old sweet name. Steam curls up like a faithful friend. I read every word again. Some letters heal, some letters sting. I read it every time the kettle sings. Your note on the fridge still smells like rain. I read it every time the kettle sings. Between the hush and the whistle's refrain, I hear the promise and the parting things. If love's in the lines that the weather can't tame, let the water rise and the memory rain. Your note on the fridge still smells like rain. I read it every time the kettle sings. By the window the basil leans toward light. Your coffee mug waits for another night. Photographs curl at the edges a bit, like the corners of a smile when we almost quit. I measure the sugar, I measure the egg. 2 spoons for courage, 3 for the break. Stir in circles like the years we spun, round and round till the silence won. There's truth in the quiet between the dings. I read it every time the kettle sings. Your note on the fridge still smells like rain. I read it every time the kettle sings. Between the hush and the whistle's refrain, I hear the promise and the parting things. If love's in the lines that the weather can't tame, let the water rise and the memory rain. Your note on the fridge still smells like rain. I read it every time the kettle sings. About summer in a borrowed truck, about finding a road and a little more luck. Said if the storm breaks early, I'll be home by dark. Left a kiss in the margin like a sparrow's mark. Now thunder's a rumor far off the ridge, and the only sure thunder is that old kettle's hiss. I press the paper to my chest like prayer, swear I catch your breath in the kitchen air. I can hold her, I can learn to bring. I read it every time the kettle sings. Your note on the fridge still smells like rain. I read it every time the kettle sings. Between the hush and the whistle's refrain, I hear the promise and the parting things. If love's in the lines that the weather can't tame, let the water rise and the memory rain. Your note on the fridge still smells like rain. I read it every time the kettle sings. Sky will clear its throat and send you back on a brighter note. Maybe I'll learn what the quiet brings, to listen for love in the smallest things. Till then the steam on the window writes our names in fog for a second of light. Rain on the roof, tea on the tongue, the words you left keep coming undone. Sun breaks through and the linoleum shines, tiny gold rivers in crooked lines. I fold your letter, but I never fold you. Leave it under the magnet like we always do. If home is a kettle that calls me near, I'll answer that whistle year after year. I'll breathe in the paper, the ink, the spring, and read it when the kettle sings. From first light's hush to evening's wings, I read it every time the kettle sings. Your note on the fridge still smells like rain. I read it every time the kettle sings. Between the hush and the whistle's refrain, I hear the promise and the parting things. If love's in the lines that the weather can't tame, let the water rise and the memory rain. Your note on the fridge still smells like rain. I read it every time the kettle sings. I set one cup by your favorite chair, steam rising like a whispered prayer. Your note on the fridge still smells like rain. I read it every time the kettle sings.
Fireflies stitch the night together while I try to mend what daytime tore. Seams of thunder, hymns of weather, buttons of hope on a screen door. Your words frayed out by the dinner bell, mine snagged hard on a no regret. Now darkness hums like a quiet well, and I'm threading peace where sorrow set. Hold the fabric, breathing slow, tie a knot where the rips still show. Fireflies stitch the night together while I try to mend what daytime ripped apart. Little lamps along the heather, teaching gentle to a stubborn heart. If love's a quilt we wear through weather, let the moonlight take the hardest part. Fireflies stitch the night together while I try to mend what daytime ripped apart. Fence line sags where we lean too much, posts remember every fight. I bring needles made of mercy's touch, threaded with a softer light. Your jacket hangs on the porch rail thin, smells like hay in late July. I sew a promise in the cloth again that I'll listen more than I'll try. Hands that shook all afternoon, find a rhythm under the moon. Fireflies stitch the night together while I try to mend what daytime ripped apart. Little lamps along the heather, teaching gentle to a stubborn heart. If love's a quilt we wear through weather, let the moonlight take the hardest part. Fireflies stitch the night together while I try to mend what daytime ripped apart. Patch of silence with a simple yes, hem the anger at the edge, cut the pride down to fit the rest, lay the truth along the ledge. Crickets keep time like a pedal steel, I'll say hush from the cedar bend. I stitch the places daylight peeled and trust the dark to help it mend. Knot and pull, don't tug too tight, let the seam learn how to ride. Fireflies stitch the night together while I try to mend what daytime ripped apart. Little lamps along the heather, teaching gentle to a stubborn heart.
If love's a quilt we wear through weather, let the moonlight take the hardest part. Fireflies stitch the night together while I try to mend what daytime ripped apart. Maybe morning won't be perfect, but it might be strong and true. Every patch says we were worth it, every stitch says me and you. If the daylight frays tomorrow, we'll keep thread within our reach. Sew the edges of our sorrow into something warm to keep. Glow and go, tiny sparks, lighten up the tender parts. Dawn leans pale on the kitchen tiles, steam from the kettle writes our names. You pour the coffee, we trade small smiles, promises plain without the flames. The rips are smaller than they were, the cloth still soft and warm. We fold the night we made of stars and carry it into morn. Hold this stitch while daylight starts, let the mending guard our heart. Fireflies stitch the night together while we mended what the daylight tore apart. Little lamps along the heather taught us gentle in the dark. If love's a quilt we wear forever, let the daylight find a steadier heart. Fireflies stitched the night together and we mended what the day ripped apart. We hang the quilt on the chair by the door and step into morning, mended more. Fireflies stitch the night together, mending what the day ripped apart. Mailbox leans like it knows I'm waiting for letters that won't come. Paint flaked off like winter's fading, hinges tired and numb. Gravel road keeps whispering rumors, dust writes my name in lines. I check that tin like a faithful consumer of old forgotten signs. Every creek at the end of the lane sounds like hope and tastes like rain. The mailbox leans like it knows I'm waiting for letters that won't come. I read the empty like a prayer I'm saying, mouth moving, meaning none. If love is a stamp that lost its station, then I'm stuck where I begun. The mailbox leans like it knows I'm waiting for letters that won't come. Used to draw little hearts on envelopes, a lopsided country moon. Said you'd write soon in a run of hope, and sometime soon was June. Now the flag stays down and the weeds grow high around the post we set. I owe the latch like a small brave choir, singing what I can't forget. Neighbors wave and the screen door sings, but I'm counting empty things. The mailbox leans like it knows I'm waiting for letters that won't come. There's a grocery list in the kitchen drawer beside your looping notes. Milk, bread, mercy, don't forget the store. You'd write between the quotes. I keep them all like holy paper, folded soft and warm. But paper can't cross the county later when the promise is torn. Raise the flag, let the wind decide. Maybe hope can take a ride. The mailbox leans like it knows I'm waiting for letters that won't come. I read the empty like a prayer I'm saying, mouth moving, meaning none. If love is a stamp that lost its station, then I'm stuck where I begun. The mailbox leans like it knows I'm waiting for letters that won't come. Maybe I'll write the words myself, address them to the past. Drop them in and trust what's left to carry what can last. Maybe the road will bring you back with dust on Sunday shoes. Maybe the flag will lift at last. Till then I learn to lose. Red flag low, blue sky wide, empty box, stubborn tide. Morning lays a gold line on the post, evening finds it gray. I sweep the ants and make a toast to faith that overstays. I set a jar of daisies by like company for 10. If silence is a lullaby, I'll hum and let it in. Every day the gravel hums, still I listen when it comes. The mailbox leans like it knows I'm waiting for letters that won't come. I read the empty like a prayer I'm saying, mouth moving, meaning none. If love is a stamp that lost its station, then I'm stuck where I begun. The mailbox leans like it knows I'm waiting for letters that won't come. I close the door with a gentle thumb and walk the lane back to the sun. The mailbox leans like it knows I'm waiting for letters that won't come.
The morning out of dirt and rain, sweat like ink on a canvas sky. Throw square bales into a rusted vein, let the tractor hum a lullaby. At quitting time he takes a 2-lane west, hand still hay-seated, sunburned brown. Stops where a white sign cuts the wind, welcome to another town. At every border he buys a card, corners bend, the pictures lie. The ocean here, a mountain there, a lie he doesn't mind to buy. He mails unsent postcards to himself from every state line, proof that moving isn't leaving, just a date and a design. Postmarks stitch a country on the backs of ordinary days. Sometimes the return address is the only part that stays. Yeah, sometimes the return address is the only part that stays.
Greetings from in Carnival fonts, a sunrise staple to the blue. A diner with a pie that flaunts a silver slice of something true. He writes, I fixed a fence in Amarillo, rained in Tulsa, healed in snow. If you get this, you're still breathing. Sign here if you still know. He licks the stamp like sealing prayer, drops it in and doesn't wait. Lets the little red flag lift the weight, lets the road reset his gate. He mails unsent postcards to himself from every state line, proof that moving isn't leaving, just a date and a design. Postmarks stitch a country on the backs of ordinary days. Sometimes the return address is the only part that stays. Yeah, sometimes the return address is the only part that stays. The mailbox at the gravel lane learns his boots by heart and heel, spits a deck of colored rain. Wish you were becomes your real. Stacked like shingles on the table, rubber banded miles of ink. He fans them out to check the weather of the man he didn't think. Maybe stories don't need endings, just a faithful place to land. Maybe home is in the handwriting, not the map or borrowed plans. He signs his name where names began, then underlines the part that knows the line that always finds its way to where the mailbox grows. He mails unsent postcards to himself from every state line, proof that moving isn't leaving, just a date and a design. Postmarks stitch a country on the backs of ordinary days. Sometimes the return address is the only part that stays. Yeah, sometimes the return address is the only part that stays. He mails unsent postcards and the pile becomes a spine, binding chapters no one else could read in proper time. If the picture fades, the sender's name still holds the page. Sometimes the return address is the only part that stays. Yeah, sometimes the return address is the only part that stays. My pickup smells like cedar and second chances. Seat seam stitched with yesterday's miles. Change rattles time in the coffee can dances. Dash lights blink like forgiving smiles. There's a dent in the door from a stubborn year, a map in the glove box folded thin. I roll the window, let the dawn in here, and breathe like I could start again. If mercy rides on 4 good tires, let this road be where it fires. My pickup smells like cedar and second chances, like Sunday rain on a weathered fence. I shift through gears where hope advances, find first again when I lose my sense. If love's a town at the end of these branches, I'll steer by heart, not by the dance. My pickup smells like cedar and second chances, and that's enough to make amends. Your sweater's in back with a fairground ticket, faded red like a summer hymn. We said too much and then went silent. Now every mile asks, will you let me in? Radio prayers through a static valley, preacher and poet share the band. I tap the wheel where your name once rallied, and practice truth with open hands. If mercy rides on 4 good tires, let this road be where it fires. My pickup smells like cedar and second chances, like Sunday rain on a weathered fence. I shift through gears where hope advances, find first again when I lose my sense. If love's a town at the end of these branches, I'll steer by heart, not by the dents. My pickup smells like cedar and second chances, and that's enough to make amends. Stop for gas where the lilacs lean. The old man nods like he knows the news. Says, son, the road keeps folks between what they run from and what they choose. I bought a flower from the roadside stand, set it on the dash like a vow. Let cedar and bloom take the same command, teach stubborn fingers how. Count to 4 and breathe it through, say the words you owe and do. My pickup smells like cedar and a second chance. It's like Sunday rain on a weathered fence. I shift through gears where hope advances, find first again when I lose my sense. If love's a town at the end of these branches, I'll steer by heart, not by the dents. My pickup smells like cedar and second chances, and that's enough to make amends. Maybe grace rides shotgun quiet, hands out the map when pride gets loud. Maybe peace is pulling over, letting both our tempers cloud. I'll leave the keys on your palm's porch light, say keep them if we're real. We'll sit inside the cab tonight and tell the truth we feel. Cedar in the vents, second chance in the air. Roll the windows down, let forgiveness smell like there. I turn onto the lane with the leaning pines, porch light steady as a hymn I know. Your shadow wavers on the curtain lines, I park real slow, let the engine go. I bring the flower and the miles I've learned, dust on my boots like a penance paid. You open the door, the daylight turned, and the world gets quiet, unafraid. If mercy rides on 4 good tires, let this love be where it fires. My pickup smells like cedar and second chances, like Sunday rain on a weathered fence. I shift through gears where hope advances, find first again when I lose my sense. If home's a word that our breath enhances, say it soft and say it hence. My pickup smells like cedar and second chances, and I'm ready to make amends. Sit and listen to the engine tick, 2 hearts slowing, learning thick. Cedar in the cab, second chances in the air. First frost writes poems on the windshield, silver cursive in a quiet hand. Breath blooms soft like a chapel field, keys click cold in my shaky plans. I trace a line with the cuff of my sleeve, smudge a stanza, let the morning breathe. Your name appears where the glass turns plain and fades like steam on a winter pane. Every swirl a word I know, every sparkle says go slow. The first frost writes poems on the windshield, and I read them with my sleeve. All our yesterdays in thin revealed, all our tomorrows I still believe. If love is ink that the weather steals, let me learn to ride and leave. The first frost writes poems on the windshield, and I read them with my sleeve. Thermos ticking like a pocket clock, radio low in a woolen hush. Crows lift off from the fence line stalk, ditch grass shining stiff and lush. I spell forgive where the wipers rest, make room for light in the fogged up chest. Your laughter ghosts in the rear view frame, warm as the coffee, quick as flame. Brush the glass and count to 4, let the morning open door. The first frost writes poems on the windshield, and I read them with my sleeve. All our yesterdays in thin revealed, all our tomorrows I still believe. If love is ink that the weather steals, let me learn to ride and leave. The first frost writes poems on the windshield, and I read them with my sleeve. We planted plans like winter wheat, promised June in November's mouth. Some roots held and some grew weak, but hope can sleep beneath the drought. I wipe a window wide enough for a small unborrowed truth. What's fragile teaches gentler stuff, what's cold can carry proof. Don't press hard, the line will run, let the glass greet the sun. The first frost writes poems on the windshield, and I read them with my sleeve. All our yesterdays in thin revealed, all our tomorrows I still believe. If love is ink that the weather steals, let me learn to ride and leave. The first frost writes poems on the windshield, and I read them with my sleeve. Maybe mercy's just a margin where the day can sign its name. Maybe courage is the carving of a window through the blame. I'll clear a space big as a vow, shift from parking to the light, drive with what the glass allows, just meet you warm and right. Sleeve and breath, line by line, morning teach this heart to shine. Sun finds facets in the ash, turns the frost to drifting lace. Letters melt into a splash, road writes back across my face. I leave one corner unread yet, a tiny poem left to keep for when the day forgets to let two stubborn souls make peace. Clear enough to see and be, blur enough for mystery. The first frost writes poems on the windshield, and I read them with my sleeve. What I could not say the cold revealed, and then handed it to heat. If love is ink that the weather steals, we'll ride again this eve. The first frost writes poems on the windshield, I read and then believed. Poppers lift, the road hums true. Winter whispers, start anew. My mother's hands folded the sky into bedtime prayers, tucked the stars in needle like sheets, moonlight pooled on cedar chairs. Crickets bowed at dusty feet, she smoothed the thunder like a wrinkle in a robe, hummed the same old lullaby, said, "Child, your heart's a traveling road. Let mercy be your guide, palm to palm and eyes shut tight. Hear the harvest of the night." My mother's hands folded the sky into bedtime prayers, made a chapel of her small room air, every amen stitched a tear, till the edges didn't scare. If faith is a quilt she learned to spare, I still sleep warm in what she wears. My mother's hands folded the sky into bedtime prayers. She kept the radio low on weather days, counting seconds between the flash. Said every storm is just a phrase, let it pass, don't let it last. She traced across where my worry lay, kissed the dust from dandelions, name your thanks before you stray, and I did 1,000 times. Rose and squeak on the old screen door went like a hymnal through the boards. My mother's hands folded the sky into bedtime prayers, made a chapel of her small room air, every amen stitched a tear, till the edges didn't scare. If faith is a quilt she learned to spare, I still sleep warm in what she wears. My mother's hands folded the sky into bedtime prayers. Years rolled on like wheat truck songs, I learned my miles and sins, built a house where the nights felt long, lost my temper now and then. When silence fell like winter ash, I heard her whisper through, count your mercies, let go fast, hold light to what holds you. Phone to ear, I swear I hear that old porch light draw me near. My mother's hands folded the sky into bedtime prayers, made a chapel of our small room air, every amen stitched a tear, till the edges didn't scare. If faith is a quilt she learned to spare, I still sleep warm in what she wears. My mother's hands folded the sky into bedtime prayers. Maybe grace is learned in kitchens, steam on pains and supper steam. Maybe hope is simple mending, threaded through a childhood dream. If I ever find my voice, wandering far from what is kind, I'll fold the sky the way she showed and teach my hands her mind. Folded once for truth, folded twice for care, folded thrice for letting go and leave the rest to prayer. I stand beside my daughter's bed, night lamp painting cedar gold. I smooth her hair and bow my head, repeat the words I've always known. Bless the field and bless the town, bless the ones who hurt and heal, bless the ones we can't be around, keep their shadows real. Little fingers curl in mine, stars like buttons on a line. quilt we learned to share. Made my child sleep warm in what I bear. My mother's hands folded the sky into bedtime prayer. Porch light dims, the crickets rise. I close the window on the night. My mother's hands folding sky into quiet light.
Learn to say less by listening to cornfields bald to the wind. Stalks like 1,000 whispering about where we've been. Sun sliding down in amber tones, fence posts counting time. I put my temper back in its home, let the rosary draw my lines. Every hush can hold a truth, every breeze can see it through. I learned to say less by listening to cornfields bald to the wind. Let the leaves do the talking for the places I've been. If love is a quiet that mends, then let the bending begin. I learned to say less by listening to cornfields bald to the wind. You were standing by the tractor ruts, hands inside your sleeves. We've been speaking in sharpened cuts, louder than we need. Then the prairie took a long deep breath, turned our shouting thin. We watched the tassels nod their heads and let the soft sink in. Words can bruise and words can heal, silence tells me what is real. I learned to say less by listening to cornfields bald to the wind. Let the leaves do the talking for the places I've been. If love is a quiet that mends, then let the bending begin. I learned to say less by listening to cornfields bald to the wind. Crickets tuned a steady line, owls kept watch on high. Dirt road dust like chapel wine, stars becoming sky. I took your hand, said half a word, the rest I let go free. You answered with a softer world, just standing next to me. Let the field be our refrain, let the wind unhook the blame. I learned to say less by listening to cornfields bald to the wind. Let the leaves do the talking for the places I've been. If love is a quiet that mends, then let the bending begin. I learned to say less by listening to cornfields bald to the wind. Maybe grace is not a speech, but the space we leave between. Maybe peace is what we teach when our edges learn to lean. If the roads can touch and give, we can meet where mercy lives. Bend, don't break. Hear what the heart can't say. Morning came on cotton feet, coffee warmed the room.
We talk like rain on a metal roof, simple, kind, and true. I wrote one promise on the day to hear before I speak, to let the wind show me the way and keep my thunder meek. Every season, every spin teaches us to lean again. I learned to say less by listening to cornfields bowed to the wind. Let the leaves do the talking for the places I've been. If love is a quiet that mends, then let the bending begin. I learned to say less by listening to cornfields bowed to the wind. Hands in yours at the fence line end, we bow like the field and begin. I learned to say less by listening to cornfields bow to the wind. Bleachers under stadium moons, kisses tasting like concession stand blues, Sharpie hearts on paper cups, cheap July tattoos we swore were enough. You wore my name like a bright sunburn, I wore your laugh like a wheel that turns. But summer's a promise written in steam, looks like forever till you open your eyes. We grew out of cheap July tattoos like ink that the rain keeps trying to lose. When the lights came on and the rent came due, we learned how the quiet can tell the truth. Rust on the truck, second jobs in our shoes. We drifted apart from the kids we knew. We grew out of cheap July tattoos. Your dad's old Chevy coughed at dawn. We traded fireworks for coupons. Schedules hung like laundry lines, all our yeses paying someone else's time. We counted tips, we missed the shows, clocked in where the wild wind never goes. The grown-up world talks soft and low, says more in a shrug than summer ever told. We grew out of cheap July tattoos like ink that the rain keeps trying to lose. When the lights came on and the rent came due, we learned how the quiet can tell the truth. Rust on the truck, second jobs in our shoes. We drifted apart from the kids we knew. We grew out of cheap July tattoos. There's a parlor on Main with a neon buzz. We pass it now without saying much. Faded roses in the windows glare. Our name's still there, but the color's thin air. We talk about weather and groceries. leave the rest for the space between. Maybe love was a halftime show, loud and bright till the whistle blew. Maybe love is a porch light glow, steady when the fireworks are through. If we meet again on a Friday night, we'll nod to the ghosts in those metal seats and bless the kids with marker pens, still writing vows on their soda sleeves. We grew out of cheap July tattoos, like ink that the rain keeps trying to lose. When the lights came on and the rent came due, we learned how the quiet can tell the truth. Rust on the truck, second jobs in our shoes, we drifted apart from the kids we knew. We grew out of cheap July tattoos. We grew out of cheap July tattoos, but I keep a spark for the summer we used. If the years wash names the river once drew, I'll still remember the color of you. We grew out of cheap July tattoos, but I still remember the color of you. You left your boots by the door like a promise, dirt from the back road still kissing the floor. I sweep in circles like a clock that's lost it, but the hands won't pour me out that door. Coffee goes cold while I chase the corners, dustpan full of everything but you. I keep a pad like I'm some kind of mourner, cleaning around what I can't undo. If love's a room with a light left on, I keep tidying shadows till the dark is gone. You left your boots by the door like a promise, and I keep cleaning around them instead of moving on. Every sweep is a prayer I don't acknowledge, every pass is a way to pretend you're not gone. If letting go's a key I never polish, then I'm stuck where the tread marks still belong. You left your boots by the door like a promise, and I keep cleaning around them instead of moving on. I wipe the smudges from the family photo, set your mug straight on the windowsill. I fold your jacket so the collar holds you like the porch holds dawn when the night stands still. Neighbors wave by with their Sunday patience, as if grief has a schedule to keep. I'm finding out it pays no wages, just bills in the hours I can't sleep. There's a ring on the table where your glass sat warm, I trace it like a weathered map through the storm. You left your boots by the door like a promise, and I keep cleaning around them instead of moving on. Every sweep is a prayer I don't acknowledge, every pass is a way to pretend you're not gone. If letting go's a key I never polish, then I'm stuck where the tread marks still belong. You left your boots by the door like a promise, and I keep cleaning around them instead of moving on. I learned to live by the quiet inches between the broom strokes and the floor. I scrub the grout till the feeling pinches and leave your footprint like before. There's a scuff on the plank where you always pivoted, turning to laugh at some small town joke. I shine around it like it's permitted, a sacred island I never soak. If healing means I have to cross that line, A stall and polish where your laces unwind. You left your boots by the door like a promise, and I keep clean around them instead of moving on. Every sweep is a prayer I don't acknowledge. Every pass is a way to pretend you're not gone. If letting go's a key I never polish, then I'm stuck where the tread marks still belong. You left your boots by the door like a promise, and I keep clean around them instead of moving on. Maybe someday I'll lift them softly, set them down on a shelf to rest. Maybe I'll walk out past the cottonwoods and let the wind decide what's best. Maybe I'll lace up my own old pair, step through the threshold and breathe that air. But not tonight. This floor, this light are the only places I know you're there. Round and round the old broom goes, round the egg nobody knows. I hear your truck in the gravel memory, hear you laugh like a radio theme. I leave the mat just a little crooked, like you nudge it when you'd come in. I'm not a fool for the dust I'm chasing, I'm just a hand that won't let go. So keep this house forever bracing for footsteps only the heart can know. One more sweep and I'll be fine, that's what I tell this loyal spine. You left your boots by the door like a promise, and I keep clean around them instead of moving on. Every sweep is a prayer I don't acknowledge, every pass is a way to pretend you're not gone. If letting go's a key I never polish, then I'm stuck where the tread marks still belong. You left your boots by the door like a promise, and I keep clean around them instead of moving on. Turn the lamp low, leave the hallway drawn, and dust around the boots till dawn. You left your boots by the door like a promise, keep clean around them instead of moving on. Morning bus stop, silver mist on Main, your scarf a small flag of everyday grace. I learned the schedule by the way you hum, coffee steam drawing halos round your face. Paper ticket tucked like a secret prayer. I keep my distance, but my hope stands near. I mark the minutes by the lift of your eyes, like mileposts on a quiet county drive. I don't need a promise, don't need my name on your skin. I count your smiles like heartbeats, keeping time within. From the bus stop, bookshop, corner booth I've been, it's enough to see you happy. World feels warm again. bookstore bell rings soft and thin, dust turns to daylight when you spin the aisles. You choose old poems with a broken spine. I fold your laughter, save it for the miles. A note I'll never send rests in my sleeve. It says be safe, be bright, be free. I keep my kindness like a porch light on, for strangers and for you. When evenings run long, I don't need a promise, don't need my name on your skin. I count your smiles like heartbeats, keeping time within. From the bus stop, bookshop, corner booth I've been, it's enough to see you happy. World feels warm again. Corner cafe, your window seat, church sun paints the sugar like Sunday snow. You sketch the day in a napkin's edge. I underline the joy that only you might know. My wallet holds ideas small as seeds. I plant them in the roads you read. If love is sometimes thunder without rain, let mine be weather you never have to brave. I'll be the quiet that won't ask a single thing, just proof that goodness still knows your name. I don't need a promise, don't need my name on your skin. I count your smiles like heartbeats, keeping time within. From the bus stop, bookshop, corner booth I've been, it's enough to see you happy. World feels warm again. No, I don't need a promise or the weight of where you've been. I keep your laughter like a compass, pointing in. From the bus stop, bookshop, corner booth I've been, it's enough to see you happy. World feels warm again. It's enough to see you happy. World feels warm again. Trading big city dream for small town promises, and found both were louder than expected. Neon turned to porch light kisses, but the crickets never once neglected. Sky got bigger, roads got smaller, names got known at the grocery line. Sunday bells and Friday hollers, every echo said you're mine. We thought why live past these fences, but hearts make noise when they're defenseless. We traded big city dreams for small town promises, and found both were louder than expected. All the hush we chased still shook like thunder when the love we chose connected. If forever is a street with fewer stoplights and more to be respected, we traded big city dream for small town promises, and found both were louder than expected. Our coffee orders, news runs fast on gravel tongues. We hang our hopes on borrowed borders, stack our days like split cut lungs. There's paint beneath our fingernails, mailbox leaning like a friend. We argue soft and set our sails, let the breeze amend the end. Every rumor, every kindness teaches us a holy blindness. We traded big city dreams for small town promises, and found both were louder than expected. All the hush we chased still shook like thunder when the love we chose connected. If forever is a street with fewer stoplights and more to be respected, we traded big city dreams for small town promises, and found both were louder than expected. I fix the hinge on the front screen door, you count the jars in the pantry light. We spend our riches in one more chore than dancing socks on Friday night. Stars sit close on the water tower, the band is two guitars and hope. Your laugh turns midnight into flower. I swear it helps a poor man cope. Maybe quiet's not the absence, maybe it's a gentler presence. We traded big city dreams for small town promises, and found both were louder than expected. All the hush we chased still shook like thunder when the love we chose connected. If forever is a street with fewer stoplights and more to be respected, we traded big city dream for small town promises, and found both were louder than expected. City lights taught us to reach, county nights taught us to keep. Skyscraper showed us the height, harvest showed us the deep. Maybe joy is learning both, the shout and the whispers blend. Maybe home is sharing oaths we mend and mend again. Loud in the chapel, loud in the field, love is a volume we refuse to yield. Got a ledger of little wins, a ledger of little surrenders too. We let the gossip lose its grin, we let the fences frame the view. And when the storm stacks on the ridge, we hold the windows, count to 4. Your name becomes a sturdy bridge. I'm not afraid of loud no more. Every bell and every back road rings the vow we chose. We traded big city dream for small town promises, and found both were louder than expected. All the hush we chased still shook like thunder when the love we chose connected. If forever is a street with fewer stoplights and more to be respected, we traded big city dream for small town promises, and found both were louder than expected. Turn the porch light up and let it testify. This little town can amplify. We traded big city dreams for promises louder than expected. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays. Butter on the breath of every line, flour on the counter like a snowfall, apron strings and gospel time. Her handwriting curls like steam from coffee, smudged with love and sunlight shine. She'd hum a hymn while the clock kept ticking. Child, take one day and make it kind. Every stain's a story I can't lose, every crease a prayer I still use. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. Fold in the sorrow, sweeten the heartache, let the oven of patience sing. Pass down the bowl, pass down the blessing, measure with a wedding ring. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. Learn the difference between simmering and boiling, between speaking and letting be. She'd say, don't rush a pot that's loyal. Good love needs time to see. There's gravy on the edge of grace, jam on the edge of truth, and forgiveness rising slow and steady like a biscuit in its youth. If you burn the pan, start again, turn the page and count to 10. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. Fold in the sorrow, sweeten the heartache, let the oven of patience sing. Pass down the bowl, pass down the blessing, measure with a wedding ring. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. There's a grease spot where she wrote, be gentle. A tear where darling Wade once lived. Add a pinch of salt to the temper, and a cup of what you're willing to give. I taste July in the peach preserves, hear winter in the kettle's tone, and in the margins call your mother, signed in crumbs and honey notes. Every Sabbath in a shoebox tin, every homecoming baked within. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. Fold in the sorrow, sweeten the heartache, let the oven of patience sing. Pass down the bowl, pass down the blessing, measure with a wedding ring. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. When I break like brittle candy, when my words turn sharp and dry, I reach inside that silver drawer for a way to sweeten wine. Stir the silence, sift the anger, warm the room with open doors. Set the table, set the temper, mercy rises, nothing roars. Write it down in butter light, love them well and get it right. Now the cards are soft and fading, edges frayed like denim knees, but the taste of being forgiven still floats warm on kitchen breeze. I teach the kids the same old motions, how to wipe the counter clean, how to bless the ones beside you, even when you don't agree. If the day comes scorched and long, turn it low and hum a song. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. Fold in the sorrow, sweeten the heartache, let the oven of patience sing. Pass down the bowl, pass down the blessing, measure with a wedding ring. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. Pass me the flour, pass me the kindness, let the quiet kitchen ring. Set one plate for every heartbreak, pour the cream and let it mend. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, butter and mercy that forgives everything. Tuck the cards back in the drawer and feel forgiven once again. Grandma's recipe cards taste like Sundays, mercy that forgives everything. We parked along the fence like church bells out of tune, engines ticking down their prayers. Wind braided gravel into little crowns, put a halo of dust in the air. Someone joked too loud to keep from breaking. Someone stared at the sky like it owed him an answer. The old crew stood where we used to floor it, measuring the gap between thunder and cancer. Names on our tongues like matches, afraid of what they lied. There's a line out here you can barely see, between dare and disappear. We walked it young with gasoline knees, now we bless it standing here. Halo of dust on a gravel road goodbye, and the truth gets crystal clear. There's a line out here you can barely see, between dare and disappear. We remembered midnight bridges and the river's double dare, tailgates, knives in tires, summer's borrowed flair. He was always first to jump the fence, last to show the bruise. We called it grit, we called it legend, we never called it lose. Now his mama holds a photograph like a stop sign no one saw. We pass it round and feel the hush that outshouts every law. If courage is a bright white stripe, we learned it's painted thin. There's a line out here you can barely see, between dare and disappear. We walked it young with gasoline knees, now we bless it preacher tries to rhyme a reckless dawn with grace, we mouth amen, but what we mean is, God, please let the next kid break. A siren far away remembers us, the wind repeats our names, we look at one another like a mirror that finally learned our age. Maybe living isn't louder, maybe living learns to hear the small red light on consequence, the quiet voice that steers. We'll keep the spark but build a lantern glass between the flame and fear. We'll teach our sons the same sharp thrill and how to keep it here. There's a line out here you can barely see, between dare and disappear. We walked it young with gasoline knees, now we bless it standing here. Halo of dust as we turn our trucks around and roll out slow from here. There's a line out here you can barely see, between dare and disappear.